there's no better education than getting out and seeing the world.
The experiences are what you're going to remember in the long run.
Getting out to see the world has just really opened my eyes to a lot of things.
I know a little bit about a lot of random things, and that's because of travel.
We're going to be able to learn so much about some really great destinations.
I'm excited about how this will improve our group itineraries.
I'm really looking forward to having great conversations about places. Welcome to Destination Dispatch.
Hello, I'm Jim Delleman with Group Travel Odyssey. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Destination Dispatch. Before we get started today learning everything there is to know about San Diego, I do want to remind you, if you are just joining us or have not done so yet, please make sure to follow us on our social media channels. You can connect with us on LinkedIn. You can like our Facebook page. And if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to hit that little subscribe button that's down here. And also, if you ring the bell, you'll be notified anytime we have new content on our YouTube channel. So we do hope you take advantage of that. As I said, we are going to learn a lot about San Diego today, but I need some help doing that. So before we get started, let's bring on our co-hosts. First, we have our lead navigator with Group Travel Odyssey, Keith Snowd.
Hey, Keith. You're funny. You don't need any help. Like, do this on your own. Like, Stevie and I are just window dressing, right?
It's always good. It's always good to have help. It really is. It's a group effort here. So, and speaking of, I mean, I'm really pleased that that our next co-host is also joining us today, because he is actually joining us from the road, which goes to show that we are always traveling around. This gentleman is the host of Destinations Beyond Expectations podcast. Let's bring Stevie G on. Hey, Stevie.
Hello from Buffalo. As you can see, my background's a little different, but I guess that is what Business Without Boundaries is all about. So how are you guys?
You're doing well.
It's nice. It's nice that you shuffled off to Buffalo.
Oh, wow.
I had to. Sorry.
You know, I kind of figured you would have to. So today, San Diego. I love San Diego. I really do. And Keith, I know that you were saying that you have been. When was the last time you went to San Diego?
Oh gosh, it was pre my Intrepid days, so it probably would have been 2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit longer for me. I know we were supposed to be going this past, I think, February for a conference.
Yes.
We will be going next February, because I think they just kind of moved it to the next year, and
yes.
I really look forward to it. I've got some family in that area. It's a really fantastic place, and there's so much to do. But Stevie, you've been?
I have, yeah. My brother was actually stationed there, so I got to visit him for a little bit. He was with the Navy, so I got to check out the beautiful beaches, of course, the incredible zoo that they have, and some other stops around San Diego. So I mean, you talk about a destination with perfect weather and so much to do for groups and individuals. I mean, it doesn't get any better than San Diego.
That's true.
If you get bored in San Diego, it's because you chose to.
Well, instead of us talking more and more about it, why don't we bring on our expert for the day? This gentleman is the Tourism Development Manager for the San Diego Tourism Authority. Please, let's bring on Ruben Labin. Hi, Ruben.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for joining us, and I love your background, because that's what we're thinking about. We're thinking about beach time right now. It's coming up on that summer season, and so I'm sure many of us will hopefully be hitting the road and being able to spend some quality beach time. So maybe we'll see you.
We're welcoming all of you here. Actually, you are overdue a visit to San Diego.
Yes.
All of you.
We are.
We are.
I wanted to tell you, Jim and I were super disappointed when IITA canceled this year and moved it and postponed to next year, but I can't wait till February. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
It's coming up soon.
I know time goes so fast. This year has just been crazy as far as it just seems to be flying by. And I know that we've all been very happy, because business traveling, leisure travel, group travel, all of that seems to be picking up. And for groups and for everybody coming into San Diego, what makes San Diego so fantastic for group travelers?
Where you want to start with the spectacular weather of San Diego? It's just all year round, beautiful weather. The city itself, the urban city with so many attractions, so many things to do. Very welcoming of groups, any kind of travelers. The explorers, the couples, the big groups as well. It's a beautiful city, always open, always dynamic, always changing, and super modern. So it's always an attractive pole for groups.
That's fantastic. And I know you were saying, it's constantly changing and evolving. You were talking about how there's so much going on. There's new building that's going on and things like that. So what new is there as far as what you're offering travelers that are coming into your area?
Well, this past, it was a little recess of things coming up due to whatever we know in the past 2 years. However, this past year on group size in Balboa Park, we opened the Comic-Con Museum. So everybody is a fan of Comic-Con, and it's a great thing to have something the whole year around for visitors when they're coming off season of Comic-Con to go and visit. That's, I think, is a great asset that we actually incorporated to San Diego this past year as well. So that's good. And in the arts and culture, you have the Ready Shell. There's a new concert venue on the marina as well. So that's a great programs in there for functions and concerts. So that's two good things that groups must to see. We do have the traditional tours and things that is still there, but they're coming back because some of them, of course, with the past 2 years were actually shut down, but now everything is up and running again. So we are ready.
That's fantastic. And that's what I was going to ask. I know that we've all kind of been on pause for a couple of years, and it's great to hear that everything is back open and running. So all the traditional things that everybody's looking forward to doing in San Diego, they can do, but then there's all the new stuff that's kind of been in development as well. So that's really fantastic. So thanks for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Ruben, talk a little bit about, groups are always looking for hotel space, and in cities like San Diego, sometimes that's difficult to find something that, is reasonable for a group because there are lots of different price points. Talk about the group hotel scene and how, what the variety, because I know you have a lot of variety of different hotel product and different lodging product in San Diego.
Yes, as you mentioned, of course, there's a lot of variety and also a lot of different type of hotels in San Diego. You go from the economy to luxury. We do have plenty of hotels. We have almost 600 properties in the urban area of San Diego. There's different neighborhoods. You have different hotels. You have downtown area with the big hotels as well that can accommodate, of course, groups as well. But those ones sometimes they get mixed with the conference people coming to the convention center. But then you have this hotel circle area that is very, very accessible. It's about 7 minutes from downtown San Diego, all super close to other attractions like Balboa Park, SeaWorld. Hotel Circle have a big selection of properties that can definitely, accommodate motor coaches or group travel, and they're actually more on the affordable side as well. So that's a good option as well. You have the coastal as well, the hotel in the coast area, or the northeast of San Diego as well, like going to Safari Park. They have other properties as well that can accommodate group too. So it's a vast region with a lot of lodging options. So it is just, if you need any help looking for a place to place a group and you don't know where to go, just reach out to me. I'm here to assist you. That's what San Diego Tourism Authority do. So we are here to assist groups and tourists and visitors to the region.
Well, and you had mentioned earlier when we were talking about the itinerary, and I know we'll get to that later, but you had mentioned a lot of the niche markets and the smaller groups that, culinary, things like that. But those smaller groups, I seem to remember you have a lot of boutique hotel product in San Diego as well, right? You have a lot of that smaller that would really speak to some of those niche markets that make it a really special experience, not only where they're staying, but also as what you're going to offer them in the city, right?
Correct. Yes, and that what I mentioned, the different neighborhoods that you have in San Diego area, like for example, going to the Balboa Park area or Little Italy, they have hubs of different or those neighborhoods that they offer those boutiques hotels that are really unique. Point Loma, I know, but I've been visiting actually hotels now, coming up, doing my site visits, and they look great. They're fantastic. A lot of people took the opportunity during COVID to, upgrade their rooms, and it looked really, really nice. I do some actually work on the property that they look fantastic. So they're ready. Again, as I said, we're ready to welcome, our visitors.
Yeah, I think a lot of people sometimes discount those boutique options. They don't think they're group friendly, and some of them are very group friendly, especially for the smaller, medium-sized groups. And a lot of those hotels become much more a part of the experience than just a place you stay. So those boutique hotels offer kind of that extra edge in the experience because they are so unique and different. So I just remember that about San Diego, and so that's great. That's fantastic that people can tap into that.
Yeah, you're 100% correct, because some of the boutique hotels, they have great restaurants. The culinary experience is superb. They have their own chef. They create their own menu, their signature drinks. They're so unique and they're fantastic. I love those.
That's great.
So Ruben, you have a really awesome background. I love the waves and the sand behind you. Can you talk a little bit about the beaches in San Diego, which is probably included on a lot of group itineraries, I'm guessing?
Yes, of course. The coastal communities of San Diego are fantastic, all the way from, for the beach down here in San Diego, all the way up to Del Mar and Carlsbad, Oceanside. They're fantastic. Different types, different type of beaches. Of course, the most popular one is the Coronado one because it's so laid back and beautiful. But all the area of the coastal of San Diego is laid back and relaxed, and just to enjoy this beautiful. It's beautiful. Sunsets in here are spectacular. So it's actually not to miss. It's beautiful.
And I didn't know this until I went on your website, but you guys actually do a lot of cruises, right, in San Diego?
Yes. And again, we're going back again to put us in perspective. Past 2 years, stop a little bit, but everything started coming back again, and we are really excited about that. We have a crew line ship coming from Long Beach, stop in San Diego, get San Diego, go to Baja, Ensenada, Panama. So that's really, really fantastic. Yeah, and they're coming back. So yeah, that's also too. That's great.
So Ruben, I wonder, what's something in San Diego that you think groups don't do that they should on a regular basis?
Stay enough days.
Best answer ever.
We have so many options, so many things to do that sometimes you come in a group itinerary, they're touching different cities, different through the state, or go to a different state, and they say, okay, we're staying in San Diego 3 days, and it's a lot to do in San Diego. We can do something focused on your specific to your trip, to your group, and we target that. But if you have more time, you can do so many things. San Diego is so vast and extends. Normally you touch the downtown areas, but I encourage you to visit other areas of San Diego, East San Diego, Julian, San Pasqual Valley with the wineries, the North County with the breweries. We have so many options for all kind of travelers. And again, if you don't know something about the destination that we can help you to include in an itinerary, and that will actually engage more of your travelers to stay longer, here we are.
It's funny that you say that about your answer was perfect, by the way. And I agree with Jim, best answer ever. But I think about the itineraries that I've seen and done that have included San Diego, and they've always been like combo trips with Los Angeles. Like people do a few days in Los Angeles and then they do a few days in San Diego. And I remember I was on one of those tours. I was actually tour directing one of those tours. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't know why people don't just do a whole trip to San Diego. And so it's funny that you say that, and that was your answer, because I remember distinctly having that thought when I was tour directing that trip, that, well, I don't know why the group didn't just come here. This has got really cool stuff. So anyway, yes.
No, yes. As I said, we cover all the urban travel motivations, culinary, historical sites, attractions, neighborhoods, to explore the neighborhoods, urban parks, botanical gardens, arts and culture. So we cover all the motivators that a traveler have when going to the destination. So it extends. It doesn't fit in 3 days, guys. More days.
Yeah. Well, and like you were saying, there's so much to do that you can spend each day doing something different. I like going to visit wineries and stuff, and I know in your area there are a lot that whole wine scene has just built up over the past 5-10 years, and it's an amazing destination. And to have a major city like San Diego that is so close to something like that, it's fantastic because you can base everything there in San Diego and then go visit the wineries, and you come back to San Diego and then go to the Mission District and stuff. And I mean, there's a lot to be done. It's definitely more than just a stopover. It's definitely a destination, and that's what people need to realize. It's spend more time there. It's easier to get around too. So
yeah, and if you allow me to mention something else,
Sure.
Being so close to the Mexico border, we really have a great partnership with Baja California. California, El Valle de Guadalupe, Ensenada. We always encourage any group that's in here, if they can cross and take a day over there, just to expand the reach of their tour. Why not? It's just actually really super friendly. It's great. You have an amazing experience. Another thing to add to your San Diego trip.
Absolutely. I spent some time in my younger days working on cruise ships, and so I spent a lot of time in Baja California, and it's absolutely beautiful and incredibly friendly. So it's very easy to get to. So it is something that you can experience, something a little different that's not just on your regular group tour. So it's something unique. I like having the ability to do unique things like that with a group. So that's fantastic.
You can be in a domestic trip group with an international, component to it. Mm-hmm. So bring your passports.
Absolutely.
Ruben, I want to ask you about the zoo, because you guys obviously have a world-renowned zoo. And anyone out there that doesn't know, can you maybe just talk about the zoo a little bit and what it means to you guys as a city?
Well, the zoo is actually definitely kind of the heart of San Diego in Balboa Park. It's just, it's magnificent, 120 acres, settled on a canyon. Very actually, it's in a canyon, but it's still pedestrian friendly, very ADA friendly as well, because, you have a lot of hills and things, but it's just, they have so many species and conservation effort doing, for the animals and things like that. So, the botanical even is amazing. They have like 700,000 individual plants in the whole zoo. As I said, it's incredible. And they have like about 12,000 rare and endangered animals that they carry, more than 650 species on the whole thing. They're always evolving. They're always creating new things for the visitors. It's fantastic. Be prepared. It's a long walk, but they also have shuttles as well that I recommend to take to do the whole zoo tour. But if you like to walk it, it's just a nice walk. Yeah, you put your steps in there, and then you enjoy it. It's beautiful, actually. So I'm saying that about San Diego Zoo. I had told them they also have the safari park. Mm. Yeah, the San Diego Safari Park is about 34 miles north of San Diego. But also that's a unique experience that you need to have here and immerse in that when you are here in San Diego. Definitely need to take a day to go. It's in Escondido, but it's fantastic. The effort that they put in conservation of species and plants and everything is really worth it. And it's so well designed, so well explained. So the zoo and the safari park, that is a whole learning experience for any kind of groups, for youth all the way to senior groups. They will enjoy it totally.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to ask about the safari park. So, yeah, it's an incredible experience, and groups really love it. It's awesome. So,
yeah, it's fantastic. They're doing an amazing job.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to continuing our conversation. But first, we're going to get a quick message about our partners.
Group Travel Odyssey would like to take a moment to thank our amazing partners, including Book My Group, Travel Advocates, We Travel, Broadway Inbound, and Fly My Group. These partnerships help make business without boundaries possible, and we encourage our viewers to learn more about these wonderful companies. Now, back to Destination Dispatch.
Thank you, Stevie, for that. And we are here with Ruben, and we're learning everything that there is to know about bringing your groups into San Diego. And as we said, plan those multi-day visits because there's a lot to do. And we're going to find out a little bit more about what exactly there is going on and what there is to do for your group. So I'm going to turn this over to Keith and Ruben, and then they're going to take you through a sample itinerary for what your groups can expect when they visit San Diego.
Great. Thanks, Jim. So first of all, I want to show everybody that when you go into Sales Manager in Group Travel Odyssey, you can actually click that Trip Templates button that's right on your home screen, and you can see the templates here. You'll see the San Diego Tourism Authority one. Actually, one of our members has created one that includes a template for themselves that includes San Diego here for a college trip. So, but you see the San Diego Tourism Authority. You can pull up this template that we're going to talk about today. It'll actually enable you to, and let me make this a little bit bigger since I am visually challenged. It'll actually pull up the itinerary for you that we're going to go through, and has the pricing in it and everything. But I'm going to let Ruben do the talking now because Lord knows no one needs to hear from me. I'm not the expert here. So Ruben, let's talk about this 3-day itinerary, which you said, first of all, is not enough days. So we're going to get that right out of the way. And tell us about day one here and what you'd recommend on day one.
Well, as you were talking earlier today, it's so many things to do in San Diego, but we just put this itinerary together. It's a suggest itinerary to try to capture everything you can of the San Diego essence, what we can offer on experiences in 2 nights, 3 days. And again, it's not enough time. On this itinerary, we just go through different things. You will notice that the major attractions are not in this itinerary, but again, we can tailor any attraction like SeaWorld or, to put in any itinerary, depends on the type of traveler that coming to the destination.
Right.
This is itinerary more to explore the downtown areas, and just if you want to be in the downtown area, move forward from there on those 3 days. Easy access, everything is close by. And we start the first day, of course, with the Embarcadero. San Diego is very famous for this bay. The Embarcadero is a working harbor. We do have military base in there. We have our cruise ship lines staying in there as well. We have all the tour lines as well. It's great. It's a great opportunity to stroll around, to walk around. They have so many walking paths. You're going to Seaport Village, and even up to the convention center, kicking out into crossing the street, going to the Gaslamp Quarter. It's a lot to see and to digest. Because I say digest because you need to stop for lunch. And what better thing to have, some lunch on the Embarcadero area. San Diego is also very popular and for the Cali Baja fresh cuisine. So I don't know if you heard that concept. So something that's unique that we offer here in San Diego. But in the harbor, you have different activities to do. Like for example, in the Embarcadero, you have the U.S. Museum. That the is the restore aircraft carrier. Also, started in the museum since 2004 here in San Diego, and I highly recommend to go to the Midway. Being this also a military town as well, but it's highly recommend to explore. It will take you about 2 hours, but it's amazing. I just been there like a couple of weeks ago, and I couldn't stop, looking all around. Continue with the Maritime. You want to ask something? Sorry.
Nope.
Oh, sorry. So the Maritime Museum as well is next to the Midway. You have different cruise ship replicas and also original ones like the Star of India. It's a great, English-built ship. She was built in England. It's beautiful. It also goes to sales. I think once a month they go to the bay. Great experience for groups as well. From there, you just jump to Seaport Village, downtown area with Little Italy. Great neighborhood to visit. All you can walk around. Excellent stores. A great culinary experience in Little Italy as well. Highly recommend to visit the market if you are actually in a Saturday or Wednesday in town. Highly recommend to visit the little Mercato. Yeah, that's very, of course, Italian-inspired, of course, neighborhood. Gaslamp Quarters, with all the Victorian architecture still in place. It's beautiful. Great actually option for nightlife or culinary experiences as well. You have a lot like 100 restaurants in there, just in like 16, like 16 square blocks. So it's a lot.
For a foodie, between Little Italy and the Gaslamp Quarter, if you can't find a restaurant you like, then you're really
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And again, the whole San Diego, we are a culinary town. We love food. And again, it's just any type of food that you're looking for, you are going to find in San Diego. Simple dishes to very refined dishes, everything is here in San Diego. You will find it in here. Petco Park is also here in downtown San Diego. Just go Padres. That's good. Yeah. You have different tours to do, like the harbor tour. They take you to it's a cruise. They go into the bay. It takes about 1 or 2 hours. And some of the activities require admission. You buy tickets. Others are complimentary, and you need to take advantage of that. Coronado Island. Again, Coronado Island is a must-see when you are here in San Diego. And of course, the iconic piece of Coronado Island is Hotel del Coronado. It was built in 1888. And she's beautiful. Definitely, you need to come to see it. It's fantastic. For there, well, you need to come back, to your hotel, have some nice dinner, rest a little bit because that was a lot of walking around. Our recommendation is, if you're traveling with the motor coach, I highly recommend just to let us know or be sure that we have the parking available. Downtown can be a little challenging for motor coaches, but it's always going to find a parking for motor coach as well. So, we are on top of that too. It's challenging. They can drop you off in an attraction and then they can come back to pick you up. It's not a problem. But it's a downtown area, so it's going to be challenging sometimes for buses, parking.
Yeah,
so,
I recommend that if you are traveling by coach, that if it's possible there's lots of ways in San Diego to plan the itinerary so you can do a lot of walking and have the coach pick you up a minimal amount. In a lot of ways, San Diego's compared to the other coast, San Diego's a lot like New York City in Washington D.C. in terms of you want to minimize that as much as possible. It's not like cities like LA or something like that sometimes it's a lot easier to get on and off the coach in those cities, but in San Diego it's much better to be a walkable itinerary and kind of work through your day with minimal on and off the coach. So
yeah, and if for some reason, of course, some people like to be in a place and then they don't like to walk a lot, or difficult walking along. I can recommend this. We do have great companies that they do tours as well. Even if you're in a motor coach, you don't want to do it. You want to do another experience. Maybe you have a free day for a group of your friends. You want to do something. I recommend, of course, it's in many towns of the cities as well, the Old Town Trolley. That's a great option to do because it takes you for 16 different stops in all San Diego. You can hop off and on the trolley like every 20 minutes. You have in the Embarcadero, visit the Embarcadero, wait for the next trolley, go to Coronado, stay in Coronado, wait for the next trolley, go to Balboa Park.
Yeah, it works great. Yeah.
That's a big recommended one. Yeah. So from there, day one is gone already. A lot of things to do. Tired in sunny San Diego, so you will be super tired. Yeah.
When you peel yourself out of bed the next morning after being exhausted, you can head to Balboa Park.
But the good thing is, with all that sun, all that fresh air, all that good food and everything, you will be actually with so much energy the next morning to continue your itinerary because you want to see what is next in this beautiful city. So
with all the food, you have to do all of this to walk it off. That's the thing.
Exactly. That's good. So for the next day, I recommend just hitting off a little bit out of San Diego and just take a 10-minute, a bus ride with your tour to Balboa Park. Old Town, Balboa Park, and the Cabrillo National Monument are great things. But Balboa Park is definitely a must-see in San Diego. For all those lovers of our cultures, you are actually in the center of the culture of San Diego there. You know, the Balboa Park was created in 1915 for the Panama, California exhibition. And since then, we have those beautiful Hispanic-inspired buildings that most of them are museums right now. You have 16 museums, actually 17 because we just added the Comic-Con Museum as well. So that actually is a great addition. And you have everything. And if you want to learn about the history of San Diego, that's a great opportunity because you have there the San Diego History Center in Balboa Park. And you will learn all the things historical about San Diego area. Next to Balboa Park, you have the San Diego Zoo. So it's one stroll away. And I recommend also in Balboa Park to go and see the Rose Garden. Magnificent to see. Yeah. From there, we just, it will take about 2-3 hours to see Balboa Park. It's a lot of activity. Oh, the Organ Pavilion is there. I think we talked about earlier about the Organ Pavilion. Great organ. It's like 5,000 pipes in there. And if Sundays, they practice on Sundays or they play, they have concerts on Sundays. Those are completely free access. So that's a great actually opportunity. The Japanese garden is also there as well. And the whole Balboa Park is so inspiring and so quiet and tranquil. It's great to visit.
The Japanese garden is spectacular.
Yes.
It is one of the best Japanese gardens I've been in. Really, really spectacular place. So if you want to get your good Zen on, go to the Japanese garden.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And I'm telling you, it's just right now because we are spring, it's just we are really popular for the jacaranda trees in here. I don't know if you know the jacaranda trees. The city is kind of purplish pink right now. It's fantastic. So it's beautiful. The streets is beautiful. Yeah. From there, again, continue. Old Town San Diego. Where to learn more about San Diego history? Old Town San Diego. The first settlement, it was since 1769 for here San Diego. And of course, San Diego is the birthplace for California. That was Old Town. That was the first settlement. And then we have what San Diego downtown is now was Newtown. And with the years, the two cities merged. And now we have, San Diego. But definitely Old Town is a place to see about the whole history of San Diego and the transitional between Mexican culture to an American culture as well. Great to see and learn more about the history of the destination. Cabrillo National Monument, that's a very good spot to go see. It's a peninsula that actually gets into into the ocean. And from there, you can see the whole San Diego Bay all the way to Tijuana. It's fantastic. Can be a little windy sometimes, but it's worth it. From there,
we've touched on some of these already, but yes.
But for there, pretty much, we actually went again the whole day, and there are actually again things to see and come back into the hotels, just rest, and we are actually.
So I do have to mention this because we usually have to have something about wine or cocktails on here, and that is the Cafe Coyote.
Oh yes,
bird bath margaritas. So
yes,
I failed to mention that earlier, and it is something that you definitely have to participate in when you come to San Diego.
Yeah, and thank you for mentioning that because I put it in there because I agree with you, and it skipped my mind. But I think because I see it every day, so it's okay, it's there. But again, yes, definitely, and a great example of the Cali Baja cuisine in there. Definitely try that. Yeah.
So Jim, there we go for our trip.
Okay. We'll make sure when we come in February that we hit a lot of these places, definitely. So
yeah. And also, February, people say, oh, it's winter, but it's never winter in San Diego. I can tell you that. It's just a fantastic thing with San Diego happens sometimes. For example, you have snow in Julian, that's east of San Diego, and then people drive 2 hours to the beach and they go surfing because you have beautiful. It's
that sounds like perfect. That's perfect weather for February.
It's perfect. It's great. Definitely. And then where we are. Sorry, I got lost.
That's okay. We'll bring you back here to day 3, which is beaches.
Well, Stevie, you mentioned about the coastal communities in San Diego, and of course, we definitely encourage to explore North County and the beaches of San Diego as well. It's fantastic. All the Highway 101 going, you have like fantastic city like Encinitas, Carlsbad, Leucadia, Oceanside. They're fantastic. The communities are great. They're laid-back communities. Of course, we love surfing here in Southern California, so it's a lot of surfing activities. But again, it's so fantastic. La Jolla. Oh my goodness, I was missing about La Jolla. Yeah.
No visit to San Diego is complete without La Jolla.
Exactly. No, but definitely, you have a whole day of activities to go through there. Just grabbing, the tour, and every destination that you stop, any of those cities that you stop, you will see something different, or a farmer's market, or art and culture. It's always activities, concerts, just the view by itself, like Torrey Pines, going to Torrey Pine, the Torrey Pine Reserve. It's really, really something that you definitely have to go on and see.
Ruben, I would say that if you've never been to La Jolla, it's one of those places, there's a few places on earth that you can clearly say the pictures never do it justice. It's just, the photographs of La Jolla just never do it justice. Like when you're there, it's a whole different, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, the downtown area, La Jolla Cove, even going to Torrey Pines and the golf course that is just right in the area, on the ocean, on the cliff. Yeah. So it's just
beautiful.
Yeah, definitely it's a must see. It's really a must see. Yeah, and then of course we have the glider port. Oh, the Birch Aquarium at Scripps. That's actually great. You have to.
There it is. Yep, there's the glider port.
I'm sorry?
I said there's the glider port on the screen. I hadn't scrolled far enough yet. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So I'm going too fast?
No, you're fine.
Yeah. Well, I just want to be sure that you can put all those activities in a day. So I want just... No, but just take into consideration that all these activities I mentioned, you just take your time. Some of them will take between about 2 or 3 hours to be there. So it's a lot of information, but you can pick and choose what you like to do during the day. No, definitely.
And for the amusement park nuts, Belmont Park, and like if you're a roller coaster nut with the Giant Dipper, and you just gotta. Anyway, it's a class. Everything there is just classic.
The things that are classic in San Diego when you're here, you have to do. Belmont Park is one of those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. And as I mentioned earlier, pretty much this is actually like a burst view of an itinerary that, that can accommodate different needs, but we can tailor different itineraries for the type of traveler coming. If you have a youth or sport fans, we were just tailored to other activities as well. There's so many things to do in San Diego, a lot of sports. I said we, but it's a young community, very sporty, very fit. So if it's more youth travel, we can add other activities like SeaWorld. That's also it's great to add as well. We have different water parks. We have Sesame Park that just opened up. It's a water park. It's fantastic. There's always something to do. And some things are seasonal, like the water park. But again, we tailor it depends the seasons. We can manage a lot of activities. I can manage a lot of itineraries because we do have the resources. We do have a lot of things. So
yeah, that's great. Well, thank you for sharing your itinerary and all the amazing suggestions. I think there's probably about a week's worth of stuff to do on this 3-day itinerary. At least at the pace I'd like to do it, because I want to make sure that I have those 2-hour meals in between there. So
you just want the bath margaritas. That's what you want.
Yeah, well, that will require then for me to take a nap in the afternoon after I had that. So, but yeah, we all really appreciate you going through this. And it's exciting, and I want to get on a plane now and be on my way there. So,
talking about planes, the airport is starting to feel operational. We do working in a new terminal right now, Terminal 1. There's heavy construction, so it's going to be heavy impacted during summer times. But again, it's just information for any travelers. But the airport start actually operating at full capacity. We have new flights, coming from Germany. We have one for Air Canada now from Montreal directly. So we definitely have a lot of movement. So we are very happy.
Excellent. Ruben, you were saying that, if people want to get more information about, customizing for the type of groups that are coming in, that they can reach out and get more information. If they wanted to reach you and get in touch and get more information, how can they do that?
Well, first directly reaching out to me. I'm Ruben Labin at San Diego Tourism Authority. It's rlabin@sandiego.org. Also, by my phone number, I can give it to you here, 619-557-2804. But shoot me an email. That's the best thing to do. You can also follow us in our website in sandiego.org. On Twitter, visit San Diego. On Instagram, visit San Diego. On YouTube as well, visit San Diego. So recommendation, go to see some videos from YouTube. They're really great and very, very informational about the destination.
Fantastic. Ruben, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us all of this great information. Keith and I will see you next week in Orlando when we're all going to be together for IPW. So I look forward to seeing you actually face to face, and we'll talk a little bit more about our trip that's coming up in February. So,
and Ruben, just share with everybody what your booth number is, because we'll have some folks that will watch this that will be at IPW.
Oh, the booth number is I forgot my 1568, gentlemen. Yeah.
Okay, great.
That's the booth from San Diego.
Excellent.
Great, fantastic.
Take care, and thank you for joining us. And we will see you next week, Ruben.
It was a pleasure to be with you. Thank you so much to your audience. I know they're following you a lot. So again, looking forward to welcome more visitors to San Diego, to meeting you next week in IPW. Stevie, I don't know where you're going to be next week traveling, but again, we'll see you soon. And again, thank you for a warm welcome, and Chet to walk me through this is fantastic. Thank you for all the work you do, guys. Very informative.
Thanks, Ruben. Thank you.
Thanks, Ruben.
Take care. So just remember that Destination Dispatch happens on Thursdays at 2:00 Eastern Time. And we like to feature group-friendly destinations and find out what's new, what's happening, get more information, so that way you can kind of change up your itineraries when you're bringing groups into these areas. As Ruben was saying, there's so much to do. You don't have to do the same things over and over again. There's always something new and exciting for you to offer your groups as well. So that happens, Destination Dispatch, on Thursdays at 2 p.m. as well. We do have our GTO Coach and Go. GTO Coach and Go happens on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's where we bring on some of the experts from our team to take you through new processes, updated features, pieces of our system that we want you to know a little bit more about. So you can also find recordings of all of these recordings. I know I sound like I'm an old person. You can find previous episodes of all of these things on our YouTube channel. So if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to find all of the previous Destination Dispatch. You will be able to find all of the previous episodes of GTO Coach and Go as well. Keith, if they want to find out more about Group Travel Odyssey, what can they do?
Well, first of all, you can stop throwing around that old person thing, but they could definitely reach out to us on our website, grouptravelodyssey.com. But check us out on YouTube and Facebook, as Jim has mentioned before, LinkedIn. There's lots of great information there. Jim at gtonetwork.com, Keith at gtonetwork.com, and our newest team member, Kara, at gtonetwork.com. All of us are happy to help you and show you how Group Travel Odyssey can change your world for booking group travel. So,
excellent. Thank you for that. And Stevie, I know you're on the road, but how can we find out more about Destinations Beyond Expectations podcast?
I'm on the road, but that doesn't mean a new episode doesn't go out tomorrow. I don't know if I said that right, but a new episode is going out tomorrow. I'm actually covering the Exumas in the Bahamas. Have a great guest that's going to talk about all the great resorts and the great experiences, like swimming with pigs, which a lot of people don't know about, but is quite the experience. So you can visit dbetravel.com. That's the official website of the podcast. You can also tune in anywhere podcasts are available, so Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and more. So tune in this Friday and every Friday for new episodes, and I can't wait to share the next episode with you guys.
So, Steve, do you have a question? How early was your flight this morning? Like, you're probably working on a longer day than Jim and I right now.
Yeah, it wasn't too early of a flight. I mean, that's relatively speaking. I mean, it was 7:55 flight, so
that's not bad. Okay,
not too early.
Okay.
I didn't get the best sleep though last night, so I'm running on low sleep, semi-early morning for me at least. But the airport was great this morning. They got us through pretty quick, so everything was nice and smooth. And I got a little bit of shut eye on the flight over, so I've got enough energy to get through the day.
You're with a group, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's awesome.
We're starting tomorrow. I'm here up just a little early to make sure all the venues are looking good and all our stops are ready for the group. But we'll be traveling as a group tomorrow through the next couple of days. So I'm looking forward to that.
Is this the group that's doing a mystery tour?
They are, which I think is so cool. The director of this group is a very thoughtful person, and he put a lot of time and energy. And he thinks locally minded. We're in Buffalo. There's a lot of cool, uniquely Buffalo things that we're doing on this tour, which I just think is so great and a little bit unique. You don't see groups do this all the time, but certainly a valuable experience, I think, for the travelers on the trip.
I'm just fascinated by it. It's a student group, and the students have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah,
they're getting on a coach, and they're going on a trip, and that's all they know.
Keep them guessing. That's good.
Yeah.
It's very, very neat, but very cool.
Yeah.
Well, listen, gentlemen, Stevie, have a safe trip up there. Have safe travels when you come back. All of you enjoy your Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
And for all of our viewers, have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you again. That's all for now. We'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching this episode of Destination Dispatch. We invite you to stay connected with Group Travel Odyssey on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and be sure to check out more of our media, including GTO Coach and Go and the Destinations Beyond Expectations podcast. Please visit our website, grouptravelodyssey.com, where you can learn more about GTO and request a demo. Group Travel Odyssey, business without boundaries.